2016 GOP presidential candidate, Texas Senator Ted Cruz, is with us. Senator, I'll put as you're speaking, the laws that we have found that are relevant to this case. What is your reaction to that exchange? Oh, you mean with a cloth? What is your reaction?
Well, let me commend Ed Henry for asking in that exchange more questions and more hard questions than the mainstream media asked in the first couple of months of Hillary's campaign. I mean, he's doing what a journalist should do. And she is obviously evading. I will say this, she's not nearly as talented at dodging the question as her husband Bill is. But it is looking more and more like she faces some real potential legal jeopardy here. This investigation, it was striking to see Bob Woodward saying that this reminds him of the Nixon tapes. And there's the old adage that it's not just the crime, it's the cover-up. Her wiping the server and then being unwilling to admit that certainly raises a lot of questions.
And certainly then maybe even bring up the issue of obstruction of justice on top of the laws that we're putting on our screen. Now, she said in the beginning it was easier to carry one device, but that doesn't justify her own server in the bathroom of a mom and pop shop. And then she said, well, I erased the emails because the server contained personal communications between me and my husband, but her husband never sends emails. So that's a problem. Go ahead.
Well, the Clintons have always behaved as if the rules and the laws don't apply to them. I mean, this is a sitting Secretary of State who was accepting millions of dollars of donations for her foundation from foreign nations, and also millions of dollars for her husband to speak to foreign nations while our chief diplomat is there. One of the reasons this email issue is so central is I think a lot of people would like to know what's in those emails about the money she's receiving from foreign governments while she's making U.S. policy. I think it is very troubling. And if the United States Department of Justice retains even a shred of the integrity that it has historically had, then the Department of Justice needs to investigate this and prosecute any and all criminal activity.
And John Kerry saying last week that he assumes that his emails are being read by the Chinese and Vladimir Putin. I got to believe that the emails on her server in the bathroom of a mom and pop shop were probably obtained by them, which would then make her a compromised candidate. Let me ask you this question. The latest Fox News poll has Donald Trump at first, and then it's you and Ben Carson. Three insurgent, I guess, non-establishment candidates at the top of the field. What does that say about the Republican Party and how people view within the Republican Party the establishment right now?
Well, Sean, it says people are fed up with Washington, and they're looking for someone who will stand up to Washington, who will take on the Washington cartel, who will take on career politicians in both parties, who get in bed with lobbyists and special interests. I got to tell you, since the debate in Cleveland, our campaign has had incredible momentum. Obviously, that poll and NBC's poll, we shot right up to the top. But we also saw in the 100 hours after the debate, $1.1 million in contributions came in 100 hours. People going to tedcruz.org, tedcruz.org, contributing online. We did a bus tour throughout the South. Had over 19,000 people come out to the bus tour. The energy is incredible. And just today, Sean, we got some fantastic news. Steve Deace, who I know you know, very respected talk radio host in Iowa. Steve Deace endorsed us today and said that I'm the strongest conservative with the most proven record and in the best position to win. And he encouraged all conservatives to come together. It's a big day in Iowa. All
right, and we're working on a date. We're actually going to go out on the road with you very soon, and we're looking forward to that, Senator. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Sean. God bless.
You too.